गाऊंगा गाऊंगा पचिसो पाचा पचिसो पकड़ मंगावुजी पाच पचिसो पकड़ मंगावुजी एक ही डोर लगाऊंगा लगाऊंगा नीरी भाई नीरी भाई नीरी शिखर पर अनहद बाजरी शून्य शिखर पर अनहद बाजरी राग छत्तीस सुनाऊंगा सुनाऊंगा कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो जी कहते कबीरा कहते कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो जी कहते कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो जी जीता निशान घुरा
Jai Shri Mataji, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to UK Evening Meditation Program. So we are going to begin in a couple of minutes. So just take your time to settle down. So just while we are all settling, the bhajan I just played is one of my favorite bhajans. It is written, the poem is by Sant Kabir. I'm sure we all know and heard about him. So he was hundreds of years ago, maybe more than that. He spoke about Sahaj Yoga so clearly, and in fact, Shrimataji has mentioned about some of these lines which were sung in this bhajan. I would like to translate few lines so that we understand that he spoke so clearly about what we do, how we raise the Kundalini, what is the Muladhara Chakra. But unfortunately, people were not ready at that time. And for centuries, I mean, people did not understand what he wrote, what he sung. It's astonishing that Shrimataji made it so simple for all of us, that it's like a child's play to raise the Kundalini and put Bandhan, whereas it was, even though it was spoken clearly, it was not understood for so long, for many, many years to come. So it's just for us to realize that what has happened to us in a so simple way. So this bhajan, it's basically, it says that Nirbhay means fearless. I will sing the praise of formless. So here the formless and the form combine. But the stanza is very, very important, and let me see if I can break it up. Hold on. Yeah. So the first line, it says Mula Kamala Drada, means the Muladhara chakra. So I'm going to be study on my Muladhara chakra, or my Muladhara chakra would, asan means seated. So I will be seated on a powerful, strong Muladhara chakra. And it says Ulti Pavana Chadhaunga, means I will let the wind flow in opposite direction. And that's what, when we sit and raise the Kundalini, that's the wind flowing in opposite direction. So he says, I will sit on a powerful steady Muladhara chakra, and the wind will be flowing upwards. Then it says Mana mamata ko thir kar laun ji, means I will study my emotions, my mind, and I'll unite the 5 elements in this meditative state. So why I'm translating, for us to understand and to be in that state, what he spoke, what he wrote, it's manifesting now in all of us yogis. So it says that I'm going to study my mind. I'm going to unite those 5 elements of our body to that one point. Then it says, Ingala Pingala Sukhman Nadi Tirveni par nahaunga, means I will bathe on that uniting point of Ingla, Pingla, and Sukhman, means Sushumna Nadi. So I'm going to be bathing on that one holy point where these 3 nadis are joining. Then it says, Shrimataji has spoken about this line, that Panch Pachiso Pakada Mangaun, means I think what Kabir meant is 5 senses, our 5 senses, and Pachiso means 25 nerves, I think. Although, like in our human body, we have got 12 cranial nerves, and double, so there's a pair, so 24. And some articles also say there are 26. So, I mean, if we forget that scientific numbering, because this numbering is more accurate. So he says that I will, all those 5 senses and those cranial nerves, or nadis as they call, I'm going to be uniting them in one thread. And that's what Shrimataji has made it a reality for us. So all those five senses and all the cranial nerves or sensory nerves going to be unified in one thread. And that on the last stanza says that Shunya Shikhar par Anhad Baje means on that epitome of where nothingness or where nothing exists, and where the sound of unstruck percussion is renouncing. There I'm going to sing all those 36 ragas. So it means that at that point, all the rhythms and all the combinations of ragas and music will be sung at that summit of nothingness, which is our Sahasrara. And then he says that listen to me, O seeker, or the one who is on this path. I'm going to be waving the flag of victory, basically victory to that formless. So yeah, and this is something really very profound, and for all of us to really understand and be in that state which Sant Kabir has described. So yeah, let's begin in that state where we're going to study on our Muladhara Chakra, or by the blessings of Lord Shri Ganesh. We're going to be together in this collectivity. We'll be bathing in that blissful, joyful state at the unifying point of all the three channels, all the senses beyond mind, beyond any worldly existence. So let us, all of us, bow down and raise the Kundalini with that and put ourselves into Bandhan. So we begin by 3 Mahamantras of Sahasrara Chakra. So let's say it together. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Allow the attention to be steady and feel presence of Shrimataji in our heart in this collectivity. With the same fearlessness, with the same confidence and trust in ourselves, we say to ourselves, I am the pure spirit. I am pure, innocent, and there is complete peace and bliss within myself. As the child of Shri Adi Shakti, I am peaceful. I am the source of joy. I'm source of love and peace. So not only say that, but let us feel this together in our being, in our heart. We're going to recite Lord Shri Ganesh mantra once, praying to him that may he be our guide. May he be pleased with us and bless us with his qualities. Shri Ganesh mantra once. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesh Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Now, as we are under the guidance of Lord Shri Ganesh, who is the remover of all the obstacles, we keep our attention on Sahasrar at that summit where the three channels are meeting at the lotus feet of Shri Adi Shakti and Shri Sadashiva. and have full conviction, full confidence that Srimataji has given us that state, which is beyond this physical body made up of 5 elements, beyond our 5 sensory organs, beyond the wandering mind. And together, collectively, we are at that summit where the unstruck sound is resounding. In complete surrender, let us, all of us, be together at that one point So we are going to receive Srimataji's Amritvani in a meditative state, absorbing every word, every note of her voice. Let it penetrate into each and every cell of our being.
Good job.
Now, this is in the West. Now, the people, the women are intelligent, educated. And the women of the West, being intelligent and educated, have developed a kind of a very complex situation about themselves.
They also can earn money.
Yes, and also they handle their own money. These things have made them, you see, a kind of a man without the manliness. And that's why their whole behavior becomes extremely odd. Sometimes I just don't understand. But now I've started understanding. Is the way they are women, they want to dominate men. But they don't understand by dominating, you cannot create good relationship. Now, to dominate man, one way could be just to go on just behaving like a man, you see, pushing him through and all that, telling him, don't do this, I don't like it, it is not good, that is not. But that's not so sophisticated. So the other way is to all the time talk about your miseries of your past. I am like this is wrong with me, all the time she's sick, all the time she's miserable, all the time she's insecure. All the time she's so this thing, she needs her husband, she wants the attention of the husband must look after her. Ultimately, I think the husbands must be getting absolutely fed up and running away from the wives, and that's why the prostitution is so strong. Because at least prostitute tries to please the husband and not to make him miserable, because she has to earn her living. And I think it's just the other way around in India. The men will fuss, the men will say this is not good. Or they will say we are sick and you must look after me and all that. They don't say that we have to look after you. They say that you have to look after us. And the women think that because they are their wives, they are the Shaktis, so they have to bear it upon themselves and give them the joy. Now the women here have another very bad capacity. I've seen that in Sahaja Yoga I've seen that they always say that the negativity attacked all the time for any reason, rhyme and reason. Like just now, somebody told me that when you have a child, you feel more attacked by negativity because you are left out alone. Imagine, when you have a child, you have such a great company of a child. I mean, for an Indian mother, as soon as she is pregnant, she feels the happiness of the child. Then the child is born, she feels the company of the child. I mean, for her, nothing more is needed than that her own child is there. And then through her child, she learns how to love other children. But even when the children are born, they put the same nonsense, on the children. Oh, how bad is your husband? He's done so much to me. And how bad is this world was to? How bad was my mother this to me? And this is how they try to dominate the child. And make that child absolutely miserable. That's how we call this les miserables. From where it has come, the source are these people. Now, if they are uneducated, they are even worse because they have a complex. If they are less intelligent, other problem. They try to play all dirty tricks with the husband, with other people. If the husband has any relationship with anyone, they don't like it. It's most surprising, isn't it? Like friendship, or if the husband wants to talk to some other men, not women. Of course, women you can have objection, but I can't understand if mother have friends. They don't like the friends of the husband to come in the house. The other way around in India. The husband's friends are very much welcome, looked after by the wife, and there's a sweet relationship between them, and they call them the sister-in-law, and it's very sweet. You see, but here it's just the other way around. They just abhor all the relations of the husband. And this is something most surprising, that husband is not single. All these relations are part and parcel of him, and he is sort of obliged to them or related to them or is attached to them. And if she really loves the husband, then she should accept the other relationships also. Then all their lives, you see, they have lived like this by making, I would say, a show that they are miserable. And they continue with it after their marriage. And with Sahaja Yoga also I've seen the way they behave. Towards any calamity, an Indian woman will stand up. She's the one who will stand up at the time of calamity. Otherwise, she will not show. She is not on the scene. Nobody will know there's a woman in there, except for the fragrance in the house that there's a woman working. She's not the one who will talk first. For example, if me and my husband are sitting and they're an interviewer, he will say that this woman is deaf and dumb. She doesn't talk. You see, really, many people who have seen us together, like they were also saying, we never knew about you. You see, your husband never said a word about you. You see, like that. It's very common. The woman just keeps outside. People did not know that I could be Mataji because those who had known me otherwise had never seen me talking, because you are not supposed to talk. When your husband is talking, you keep quiet. Here the other way around. If there is an interviewer, the woman will talk first. The man will be sitting like a beaten up mouse, you see, looking around and one opening mouth a little bit to say something. And the aggression of these women is very subtle. You see, they'll come out with such sinister questions also, I've seen, that this question has a very sting in it. Anything they say it has a sting. And then you get fed up of such a person. And that's why there are divorces. This is, the men of the West are much better. I can tell you this, much better than Indian men. They are not dominating. They understand the value of women. They have given so much freedom to them. They have given them so much of prestige and honor and brought them. But if you give something to women, they should be capable of bearing it up, isn't it? They should be capable of bearing it up. What's the use of giving everything equal to them when they have no capacity to bear it? That's why it's such an imbalance, I find, for women, the way they are sinister about the whole life. Life is beautiful, is joy, happiness, blissful. Morning till evening, if you go on making somebody miserable, then you are against life, you are against God, which they must realize. The whole thing is there. Whole idea is that they have got equality without achieving or evolving themselves up to that point. Like we can say the Arabs. They got the Cadillacs. First they were on the camels or on the donkeys and they came into Arabs, rich Arabs, and they had Cadillacs. Now by sitting in the Cadillac, you don't become a cultured man. You see, in the same way, if the women are suddenly made to feel, oh, they are equal, this, that, they haven't developed that panache, as you say, in your language. Panache is that they haven't developed that sophistication. So the inferiority works out, and they go on pinching the man all the time, everyone, and the tongue also doesn't have that sweetness. But in our Sahaja Yoga, we have seen some very great Sahaja Yogis who are really senior women, I would suggest, like you can see Jenny there. She's a solid woman, she's very solid. And she understands very well things, and she's very solid. You can say Magda, she's a good one, no doubt. She makes her husband happy. Riyalpa is another one. See, these people have that sweetness about their husband. And I've never seen them telling me about their miseries or anything about their past, anything. Never. Never. Always they said we were happily married. Even Julia told me she was happily married and husband was a Russian and she had a problem because of the war. But she never said that my husband made me miserable or this thing, that. He never. I've never heard them saying like that. And even if that is the case or something is there, you should keep happy. Even if say your husband is a bad man, take it from him, he's not a surgeon, you should keep happy. In Sahaja Yoga it is compulsory that you should be happy, you should be joyous, and you have to keep joy program. There's no place for people who are miserable. If they try to go on with it, they'll have to get out of Sahaja. Take it from them. All of them will be thrown out. If you do not want to come out, they'll be all thrown out. So it's a challenge for all the Sahaja Yoginis in the West, that you must be joyous, you must be happy. Now they say take any case like this, they build up their ego very subtly. Now if you just say that, no, that's not good, immediately they start crying, they are upset. Because men don't know what to do, men don't know what to do because these have built up their own images and they want to do, and if men see something more than they do, and they say that do this would be better, then finished, they're upset. Because it's not done, it's upset. They get identified, with these things. So you can see they are egoistic. You cannot say they are left-sided, but they are egoistic. And in this ego, there is a sinister attitude by which they make the men and women and children miserable. So this must be stopped. Any more of this misery is to be stopped in the West. Nothing. You are not miserable. What is misery you have got? You should go and see the women of India who are smiling and laughing. They have children to look after. They have 10, 11, 12 children to look after. They have no money. Early in the morning, 4 o'clock, they have to get up, take their baths because of traditions of India. They cannot laze out like this, you see. And then go to the well, fill the water, bring it home. You see them walking. Beautiful. You see their faces shine. You see? They come home, put the food down there, slowly wake up their husbands. You see, put things for his bath, look after their children, clean the house. By the time the children are up, they see the clean house. You should see how much they work hard. You see, and you will not know their work. Absolutely silently. I have seen how these women used to cook. Did you ever hear anybody outside? As soon as people are coming, they are serving, they are looking after, they are doing. They are all intelligent. For Nima is an income tax officer. Do you know that? Nima is an income tax officer. Uma is an income tax officer. They are officers. But how do they behave? Have you seen them anywhere, in any way, asserting themselves? In India, education is very strong. Most of the girls in India are at least graduates, at least. But there's no ego about it. They understand their position as a wife and as a woman. And they know that they are the ones who are the source of joy. And they have to give that joy. So here the women don't understand how much they can give joy. After all, your mother is a woman. And if she can give so much joy, why shouldn't you give joy to others? And this is what it is. I just don't understand. That such a great potential, such a great source is just cut. Just cut. That's why, you see, the motherhood is lacking. Nothing else but the motherhood. Men are all right. Nothing wrong with it. It's the motherhood. And that's what, even a little child in India, see, you take our Anupama, it's hardly now 6 years of age. She came into my ears and asked, who is this baby here sitting, Nani? I said, his name is Machindana. Ah, this is Machindana. She's a 6-year-old girl. She doesn't know how to carry. You remember? She took the baby. Then she will give him something to eat. If you have any child, bring it home. These 2 girls will look after. Give food to them. You want this? Have. They will look after. They are just all the time, nursing the children, even to the grandfather. Now, can I feed you? To the grandfather. Grandmother, of course, but to the can I feed you? Would you like to have this? I see, I take my bath, I come up immediately. She's there with the powder to sprinkle on my feet, you see, and to wipe it. The towels, all the time they are running up and down. Just, you can't imagine how motherly they are. To me they are motherly. To their grandfather they are motherly. Early in the morning, you see, this Shoni was about 2.5 years, very small. So early in the morning, she used to see the grandfather sitting. She would go in the room, take his newspaper. She used to walk, just hardly used to walk, you see, and his spectacles, and bring it to her. What does it take? But if the attention is all the time to extract others' attention, it comes from some sort of a very sinister idea. It's very repulsive. It's not that I've seen once, but when I talk to them and all that, I really feel very disgusted sometimes. I feel that, oh God, these women, when they marry, what will happen? And when they marry, I've seen. And that's why the men here don't know what to do. You see, if you have any problem, a woman has to bear. Not only bear, but bear it. Indian women are not that great courage. Like when the war started in India, a woman who was a widow and a queen, she rode on a horse herself. She tied her sari and all that. She took her child at the back of her. She was the queen. And jumped from the fortress about 100 feet down and she fought the British. She fought the British. She died, of course, the British killed her. But the Britisher himself, the general, wrote that he won the battle, but the victory and the glory was that of Jhansi Ki Rani. See, not only that she, but there were many women like that. One, but they would only show up when there's a calamity, when it reaches to the cusp of just drama. That time they come. Otherwise they're quiet. Isn't that kind of a thing should be in a woman? I mean, one better than the other. If I have to tell you about Indian women, I'll have to give you a big lecture. Really. And you have seen how they behave, how dignified and how sweet and
Nowhere in the world, mother. Similar thing. Nowhere in the world.
I must say my hats off to them. I really. They have matured into womanhood in the best possible, with potential of the man, potential of the man. They work so hard. And if you remember, you were there, I think. There was a little girl who was married and she invited us for breakfast. Do you remember? Once she invited us for breakfast about 3 years back. So you see, little one, very small. And we had gone to a canal and she said, tomorrow mother you come and have breakfast at my place. I said, no, it's too much. We are so many people, about 35 people. How will you give us? And apart from that, the other Indians were also. Oh, I'll arrange for you. And when we went there, she gave us such a nice breakfast. And all the neighboring women, you see, they got up at 4 o'clock, did everything. And all of them in very great joy, you see. That motherliness, you see. And they were so enamored about it that they could say. It's called as fondness in India. He said there's no words for joy. There's no words for different joys, but this fondness of freedom. And they were obliged to see that we were eating, and I ate and ate. I said, oh, I'm too full, I can't eat at this time. So they said, mother, you didn't like anything or what? What to do? Then I ate. And giving and doing. It's so sweet, and so many. I told them 35, there were 50. Arranged like that. And in a small little house they arranged in front of the thing. You went there? How they did it. Very silent. Very silent. It will be already so efficient. Because of the efficiency, you see, of love, they manage it. It's so sweet, and little things they do. It is so much energy giving, so nice. And this time I'm going to write even to Pune ladies that they should arrange our food. Not in the Rajwari Karyalaya, but they will arrange. And you will see how they will arrange. They'll get all the best vegetables of the market, the best chickens of the market, and the best of everything, and do the best that they can. Put all their heart into it. The saints are coming to our house. Saints are coming to our house. The beauty, you see, is this. And despite that, many people think that Indian women are very much suppressed because of their goodness. They don't mind. They said our goodness cannot be suppressed. Our goodness is a thing that is important than suppression and oppression and all. They don't take to all these nonsensical ideas. No? It's so nice, and then the husbands feel attached. You see, my daughter now, she receives her husband's phone practically every day from South. When Aradhana came, her husband from India. I mean, you see, look at my husband. Now he's an old man of 63 years. But if it left to him, he'll telephone to me 10 times. I tell him, don't telephone all the time, but he'll go on telephone. You see, you feel the source, you see, that's the source. So you want to talk and you want to have something. But here is the other way around. They want to extract from you. What is there for men to give? It's women who have to give. Women have to give. They don't realize their potential, you see. They go on eating somebody's head all the time. How can they love you? They cannot. And that's what I think that when I tell Indian men to marry Western women, they shudder a bit. Because why should they make themselves miserable? Just think of it. If they know about the Western women as they are. So we must change. We are surgeons. We have nothing to do with Western ideas of women and this. I don't know. Whatever books I've read about Western women, about the heroines and all that. They were not like this. This is something else I'm seeing actually what I've read and known.
But I think that the women in the West could imitate and take for themselves very much the attitude of the Indian ladies, I think.
True. All Sahaja Yogis should. There's no need to imitate because you're Sahaja Yogis. You get it spontaneously. You just accept that role. Now forget what was in the past and past. You can. Our job is to make everybody happy and joyous. That's it. That's our job. That's the source we have got. We are the source of joy. Accept this situation. We are the source of joy, of confidence, of love and affection and kindness and gentleness. Then, not so much that I have to really place in my body, in my being, in my heart. Slightest movement if you make against the rhythm of my body, it troubles me. You should never trouble me anymore. It take a while, Allah. Just take a while, I want to do that.
Ja, jetzt.
To decide today,
Man weiß es nicht.
yesterday, let there be no action of ours which is not complete concord with your rhythm.
Let there be no action of others who will not be complete.
So towards the end of the audio quality was not great. So I can read this last part where Shrimataji has asked all Saj Yogis to take a vow. So I can read it and we can take that vow collectively together today. So Shrimataji says, you decide today in your heart, just say, Mother, let there be no actions of ours which will not be in complete concordance with your will. So all of us, we can just put our right hand on our heart and remember when we are collective and we ask anything, it is granted. So we ask, Mother, let there be no actions of ours which will not be in complete concordance with your will. And Shrimataji, we all pray that all these beautiful qualities you spoke about, may all the Saj Yogis, brothers and sisters, may we all be imbibing and manifesting those qualities. And may we all realize that we are the source of joy, love, gentleness, kindness, nourishment, and care for the whole world. So with that prayer in our hearts, let's meditate for some time. So let's say 3 Mahamantras of the Sahasrara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So all together, collectively, let's bow down. And we can raise Kundalini and take collective bandhan. So that concludes our meditation session this evening. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for joining the collectivity. And just before I end, those who want to know in this speech what we played today, Srimataji briefly talked about this Indian queen from history. So those who want to know, I can show you, I can share this page and tell you a little bit more about this Indian queen. So Srimataji in this talk where we which we played, talked about Jhansi Ki Rani, Queen of Jhansi. So she was born in 1835, and she was married at the age of 13 or 14 years to a king from the place called Jhansi. At that time, there was British ruling in India. So after that, she was fully trained in martial arts, and she was very brave, and she was very intelligent. So when she got married, she had a son, but that son died at a very young age. Maybe he was just a baby when he died. And then later on, her husband could not come out of that trauma of loss of child. So he also died. So the Queen of Jhansi, she was a widow. So they adopted a boy. But British ruling at that time, Lord Dalhousie was there. So they rejected that, that they said that because this son is adopted and the king has died, so the Queen of Jhansi should give the palace and her state to the British, should submit, and she should be retired. And she was given like 60,000 rupees to just go away. So she was a brave lady. So she did not agree to that. And she created her own army. She trained the women. She trained them in archery and martial arts and everything. And she fought the Britishers at that time. And Shrimati spoke about that she jumped from a height on a horse. So this is the wall where, this is the fort where she, it says that from here she jumped onto the horse, and she fought with her adopted son on her back. So in Indian history books, you might see this picture of the warrior queen with a little boy tied to her back. She was a good rider, and that's how she died fighting to the Britishers. And Shrimati has talked that how, although she died, and they lost. So Jhansi was captured by Britishers, but it says that they said that we won the war, but the glory is of her. So I thought I'll just share with you this history of Jhansi Ki Rani. So that's all. Thank you again, and have a good night. Bye-bye. Jai Shri Mataji.